During my medical school rotations, I encountered plenty of moments that were equal parts baffling and educational, but this one definitely takes the cake. It was a day like any other, and we had a patient come in complaining of abdominal pain. Nothing too out of the ordinary, until the conversation took an unexpected turn. As part of my routine questions, I asked her, "Is there any chance you could be pregnant?" She confidently shook her head and said no. Her reasoning? "I'm a sapphic," she declared, as if that was the ultimate trump card. Fair enough, I thought at first. People know their own lives better than I do, right? But here's the thing about medical training. You don't just take answers at face value. My attending doctor wasn't about to skip a pregnancy test just because of her sexual orientation. So, along with the usual blood work, we added a pregnancy test to the order. Just to rule it out, you know? And wouldn't you know it? The test came back positive. I remember staring at the result for a moment, feeling like someone had just pulled a prank on me. I went back to the patient, trying to tread lightly, and asked, "Are you absolutely sure you haven't had any interactions with a man recently?" She tilted her head, looking genuinely puzzled, and then answered, "Well, yes, I have, but I'm sapphic. How could I be pregnant?" I froze for a second, trying to decide if she was messing with me. She wasn't. She was dead serious. Before I could figure out how to respond, my attending chimed in with the most memorable line of the day. "Honey, the sperm doesn't care if you're a sapphic." It was one of those moments where I had to work hard to keep a straight face. She looked completely blindsided by this revelation, like the rules of biology had personally betrayed her. I went on to explain gently that while her identity as a sapphic was absolutely valid, biology doesn't exactly play by the rules of identity politics. If you have unprotected contact with a man, pregnancy is always a possibility. The patient eventually processed what we were saying, and while she was still clearly stunned, she started asking more questions about her situation and what came next. To her credit, she took the news with grace, if not a bit of lingering disbelief. That day was a stark reminder of how much education about basic biology is still needed. Even in adults, it also taught me the importance of never assuming that a patient's self-assessment is the whole story. People don't always connect the dots the way you'd expect, and as a medical professional, it's our job to fill in those gaps without judgment.